D. Amat?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yep. It's exactly how you say it.
Yay. Welcome to Adultish Wine.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for having me.
I know. It's kind of been like a long time possibly coming, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like we've been around the same circles for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just recently invited you. It's not like I've invited you before. You know what it was? Is like, I felt like I came out of the gate like running. And I kind of wanted to like have some great guests like to save.
Gotcha. I love
Does that make sense?
I love that. Hey.
I was like, I can't use all my connections and my amazing guests in a row.
Yeah, but you have great guests. And I just think, the time is right for this to happen now.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we're here.
Me too.
How about that? Cheers to that.
Cheers. So Karen is the founder of Social Behavior.
Yep.
10 years.
11 now. Yes. I was late posting my 11-year stuff.
Wait, not the queen of social media content being late about posting.
Oh, you've heard about those wedding planners that like can't plan their own wedding? That's us. Yeah. We can do everyone else's right, but when it comes to ours, I'm a little late.
Okay. So
Yeah.
11 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just kick off really quick with something really funny. We're going to get into your story.
Sure.
I think I've told you this before, but the whiners need to know.
Yeah.
When I first moved to Houston,
yeah,
I applied
to
work
God.
at Social Behavior.
I totally forgot about that.
And you didn't hire me.
Well, I'm sorry.
No. Oh my God. I found the email. Welcome to Adultish Wine's podcast, where we're grown enough to pay bills, but messy enough to still text our exes. Grab a glass of wine and let's get adultish.
Email. Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
I wrote you
November 12th, 2020.
Oh,
I moved here October 17th.
Oh, wow.
And I just had
2020, what a year.
I know.
We didn't have our lives together back then.
No, you were so sweet. But I said, hi there, my name is Paige Crutcher, and I'm a new resident of the city of Houston. I recently found your page while searching for fun and great things in my city. Come to find out you're hiring. I'm interested in the position for quite a few reasons. I would love to talk to you more about it. I have open availability on weekdays, and I'm so ready to get back to the work grind since taking time off while I moved to a different state. Thanks so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you very soon. First of all, how am I applying to a job with that email? But like, I was just like jazzed.
No, I love that. I love that approach because, see, I've made a terrible mistake by not hiring you because you are so personable and professional. You're in sales. And so you're just like, this is how you come off. You're like, hey, I'm just
that email is like literally me. I was like, this could be fun.
This is my vibe.
Hire me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And you said,
I appreciate that.
Thank you for your interest. We actually filled the role within minutes of posting. We'll keep your email, in the applicant file.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because then years later, I met you.
Right. Yeah, we met. And then there's the connection between one of our team members, Anna, who you know, and so now we're just connected on multiple levels.
So
and
is that crazy that we were just definitely meant to be in each other's orbit?
I think so.
In some capacity.
Oh, absolutely. I think the universe just will always, put people in your life that are supposed to be there for a reason and just make things happen when the time is right.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. I love when things like that kind of.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, though, I think you need to be hired, though. Just
kidding. I know. And it's kind of weird to think about, like, where, like, like one small difference or turn that you take can really like alter your plans for life. And like, what if I would have gotten hired at Social Behavior? Like, what would I have started this podcast even, or would I have become? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. When did you guys start though? Because I know you started with a friend. Did you start it?
In
Houston or California?
No, we started in Houston. Got it. April of 2021.
Okay.
So
got it.
Maybe we were chatting about it in the November timeframe, but
yeah, awesome.
Kind of crazy.
I like that you were early to the game too, because you were obviously. Podcasts have been around for years, but now it's like the thing. Everybody wants to have a podcast, and you're early. You've got the experience and the years under your belt. I would say that you're early. Okay. Yeah. So I'm proud of you too.
Thanks.
I think that having that tenure and that experience and those years of doing something perpetually and consistently gives you an edge. Just like me celebrating 11 years in business, I have a different edge. But I'm also glad we didn't make the job work in 2020 because I'm a totally different leadership style. We're a totally different business than we were then. We've totally evolved,
Yeah.
and I really, you know, I'm glad it didn't work out then. We'll see what
Yeah.
the future holds.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to get into kind of the background of social behavior, what
Sure.
you do, how it started, what
Mhm.
kind of leadership, roles you have, or
Yeah.
Whiners, as y'all know, sometimes we talk about hard things on the pod, and the stigma around mental health is one of them. That's why I'm so happy to have BetterHelp Therapy as a sponsor. There's no shame in the therapy game. You don't need to have a serious clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety to go to therapy. You can just be a regular human with regular humanish to figure out. Therapy can even just help you with everyday tools for everyday life. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and accessible. I know finding a therapist can be the most intimidating step of starting this journey, and the benefit of BetterHelp is that it's online, remote, and you get matched with a professional therapist within days. Use the link in the description of this episode or go to betterhelp.com/adultish. It's so easy, you will not regret it. Don't be scared if you don't love the first therapist you're matched with, you can easily switch. That's one of the things I was worried about. When I tell my whole life story to one person, I have to switch to another one because I'm not really getting along. So this one, you don't have to worry about the network, the insurance, blah, blah, blah. So if you need an unbiased professional to vent to, or whether you have anxiety, PTSD, depression, or family issues, I think BetterHelp is a great place to start. Click the link in the episode description or go to betterhelp.com/adultish for 10% off your first month. Love you, Winers.
What kind of boss are you?
Right.
Yeah, and how you've changed. Before we do that, let's do a couple wines of the week from my listeners, from my winers. Okay, so if you want your wine of the week to be shared, you can submit it via DM. Usually on Wednesdays when I'm drinking home alone, that's when I do the wine of the week. You can comment on the episode. So this first one is from Chickalicious_13.
Okay.
And she said, my wine of the week is trying to do a cleanse, but keep going out to happy hour.
Damn.
And I felt that.
I feel that too.
Because I cannot, if I'm going to do the gym and be healthy, I have to do that in the morning because I'm always going to say yes to happy hour.
You're the 5th person this week that has said morning workouts only. And I tell people I go to the gym after work and people look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, how are you doing that?
How do you do that?
I don't know. I've never been a morning person. I even had all the intentions of waking up early this very morning to go start just even practicing like a 1-mile walk because my day just revolves around getting my day started and I just start grinding. So I never start the day thinking about like, oh, let me take a walk. My mom walks 3 miles a day every morning. Everyone that gets their workout in the morning is a totally different person.
But how amazing that you're committed to your workout, that you're still doing it at night.
Yes.
Are you ever canceling at last minute for a happy hour?
I cancel gym sessions sometimes at the last minute, but not for happy hour. I'm not a happy hour. Happy hour is not my vibe.
It's not?
I've never been a happy hour person.
Why? I mean, and that's fine, but what is it?
Yeah, like if I'm doing a cleanse, happy hour is not what's going to get in the way. It's everything else.
What is everything else?
Like stress or, emotional eating, or I'll have a breakdown or, maybe events get thrown my way, some stuff like that, I prioritize. But happy hour is just, it's not existent for me. And it never has because I work till real late and I just feel like it disrupts my week. I'm committed. When I commit to drinking, I'm so rigid and organized that I have to make a plan for it. Like if I'm drinking, it has to be like, okay, Friday night,
do you know
Saturday night, I want to commit to drinking.
I feel that because we can do a happy hour, but I need to know what the vibe is. Like, so if you ask me to dinner on a Friday night, it's like, okay, well, I have this Saturday morning. Like,
yes,
I need you to know that my vibe is like chill. Yes, I have an early Saturday morning because I'm not going to be out here taking shots if I don't prepare for that.
Yeah.
Not that I really take shots anymore, but like that kind of party vibe,
Exactly. It's like I need to know what kind of trouble I'm going to get myself into.
Yeah.
But happy hour is just like a midday disruptor for me because usually when I get home, I still have to answer some emails, feed my dog, make dinner or whatever I have to going on. And I'm like, I can't be out. Here's the thing. I might go to happy hour and I might be out till 11 p.m. That's the truth. So that's why I just don't do it. Okay.
You commit.
Let's just keep it real.
That is really funny because I love happy hour. And you're right. It is a total day disruptor, but maybe that is why unproductive in some ways.
Hmm.
Because I have to go home and feed my dog and my foster dog and do
Yeah.
this and do that and do
Yeah.
podcast stuff, but I'm still getting that martini.
Yeah. So some people can be productive during drinking. I've seen and heard, of people having a drink while editing content or having a
Yeah.
drink while, maybe burning the midnight oil. I'm not that.
Okay. And
I'm-
you know that about yourself.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. I will have one glass of wine and that's it. I'm acting a fool on social media. I'm calling friends. Like, even if I'm by myself, like I'm having a great time.
You have good self-control then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline. Yeah.
Disciplined. Okay, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next one of the week is I have the worst acne in my life and I didn't get acne as a teen. I'm 39 and it's not fair. And this is from @mackenzie.k.f.
Oh.
When I saw this, I thought like, well, first of all, unfortunately, you're getting it because you didn't have it as a teen.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh my God. How old is this person again? They're in their adult
Oh,
life?
39.
Oh, well then everything makes sense. So I heard something this week that hopefully every person that's like between 39 to 50 can relate to. But when our hormones are changing in our late 30s, early 40s, and we're entering perimenopause, I've been doing a lot of deep dives into that lately. I've heard something that resonated with me so well. It's like going through a second puberty. And so maybe that's prompting this person's acne, but that resonated with me so well because I do feel like, who am I? What's wrong with me?
I just had Dr. Viviana on. We talked a little bit about that a few episodes ago, and she said something similar. Like, it is just a whole life change. Your body is going through a whole life change again.
Yeah, maybe I got it from her. I did listen to that episode. Yeah. Maybe I'm just regurgitating
good.
what I heard.
Yeah,
on the
well, it's
Total
resonating
Wines.
with you. She's so great. So I feel for you, and I'm so sorry for this new, and I feel like I have to look forward to it myself. Yeah. I did have acne as a teenager though, so maybe I won't be.
I didn't. I've been fortunate and blessed. I didn't have acne as a teen. I don't have acne now, but I have that one PMS pimple that comes out like a mountain. On my wherever it decides, chin, forehead, whatever it is that month, I do get that. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I get that one PMS pimple.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I get like weird little like bumpies. Like I don't know that they're pimple. Maybe they are, but like they don't pop or anything. They just kind of like rise up and then they go away.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Same.
Weird women in their bodies. We love being a woman, but
are we supposed to make recommendations? Because I feel like.
Do you have one?
I didn't tell the lady that messed up her cleanse with happy hour. Like, do we need to tell her what to do?
If you have something wise to say, let's hear it.
Not so much for her. But for the acne whiner, maybe getting a blood work panel done, an allergy panel done, and figuring out what she's allergic to. And so I know that my boyfriend, like anytime he eats chocolate or peanut butter, he's flaring up with acne, and he does have like adult acne, and so maybe figuring out what that allergen is and eliminating it. That's just my
good little recommendation.
Dr. Karen Diamant feedback.
I love that. That was so just like genuinely nice.
Oh, okay.
You're so funny. Thanks. You said not for the cleanse, girl. Sorry.
No, because that's just discipline.
Yeah, so like be stronger, girl.
Yeah.
Like do better.
Yeah, if you're on a cleanse, like, hey, no, I can't do happy hour. Commit to something else. Sometimes if people invite me to happy hour, I'm like, and they're like, I want to talk business with you. And, a lot of times it's like when people want to talk business with me, it's not because they are wanting to offer me something. It's because they need something from me. So you're not going to occupy my time to go drink with you. I don't care if you're buying the drinks. For you to just sponge whatever you need out of me. But if you want business advice, if you want to chat business, you know what I do? I flip it on them and I say, you want to go for a walk? I walk Memorial Park on this day at this time, and then we can meet there. And that way we got 3 miles, and I feel like I'm helped someone because we spoke about business and it was their wishes, but you also didn't mess up my day. So the cleanse lady, she could say, I can't do happy hour, but do you all want to go for a walk?
Love that.
You want to socialize? I'm on a cleanse. Let's go to Memorial Park.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I did end up giving her a
Yes,
little.
you did.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Karen, you're so wise.
Thank
And
you.
I loved what you said about, like, you're probably asking me to happy hour for your own benefit.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's make it
My
worth
time
each
is
other's
valuable.
while.
Okay, love it. Okay, let's get back on track.
Yep.
How did social behavior start? How did you know that you had this talent?
Oh, well, I think all entrepreneurs have a like twists and turns, right? But in our lives, in our paths, there were signs all along. My parents both are business owners, are CEOs. Not to, I would, I don't want to throw my mom under the bus. Sorry, mom. My mom just celebrated 29 years in business.
Wow.
Okay, she was an immigrant, non didn't speak a lick of English. My accent's coming out now. A single mom, and started a business in Houston 29 years ago.
Oh my God, go mom.
Single mom, 2 kids, had another kid later in life. So I have a 15-year gap with my brother. But if she can do it, I'm like, okay, well, anyone can.
Yeah.
Like there's no excuse, because back then the vibe was not what it was today. We didn't embrace female entrepreneurs
Definitely
back then,
not.
especially the ones that didn't speak English. So
Mm-mm.
she faced a lot of resistance, but she persevered. And I think I kind of got that from her, and I kind of fell into it. I was doing what everybody said you should do, which is go to college, go to school, get a trade. And so I was kind of following in line with those things that were,
Recommendations, if you
right,
will.
everyone's recommendations. And so I did just get lucky. High school co-op. I started off as a filing clerk in corporate America. And at 18, I said, well, I have to leave now. I have to go to college. And they're like, well, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know. You're supposed to know. Like, I didn't have my mom. When I asked her, I said, Mom, I think I'm supposed to go to college. Like, I'm 18 now. She's like, what's college? In her Spanish accent.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, she knew what college was, but
No, but that is surprising that you were 18 and you were
yeah,
18, like you
I
were
didn't have a
graduating.
plan. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't have like a college plan. So
Which is fine to not have a plan, but the fact that you were like, I think I'm supposed to have a plan.
yeah, because at that point, like I had only been in America for 9 years, and my
Okay.
mom was figuring life out. And
Where are you
so
from? Where?
from Peru.
Okay.
Yes. And so we were figuring it out, and I just don't think like, oh my God, I got to put my daughter through what's her next step? What's her higher education?
Yeah, it was day by day.
It was day by day, and I think the fact that my mom was so focused on her business at that time, she had just started it, pay bills, take care of 2 young girls, like she was like, okay, I had a job when I was 15. So I've been working my whole life. I helped my mom when she opened her business. I was 12, and I was answering the phones. I was doing insurance quotes for her. She owns an insurance agency. So I've kind of just like always, been working. But when it came time to go to school, that's where I was at a crossroads.
Yeah.
So I told my job, I said, I'm going to leave because I have to go to college. And I think like I'm just going to apply to HCC. I don't know. And you know what? They made me an offer I couldn't refuse. They were like, you're such a great worker. We will actually pay for your college if you choose to follow the path of finance and good old days, corporate America, oil and gas. And they said, if you choose to follow the path of accounting and finance and stay in this field, we will actually reimburse you for your tuition as long as you keep working here. And so I was like, oh my God, that's so great. So then I just made it work, where I went to school, and I was on the 8-year plan. But you know what? I got through it, and I got a finance degree. And I figured out 6 months after that working in a cubicle just wasn't for me. And then that's when I chunked the deuce and went over to marketing. But that's part one of the story.
Whoa! I got full body chills when you just
Oh my
said that
God.
so they paid for your education
Yeah.
because they were like, you're great, we don't want to lose you.
Yeah. And I worked from file clerk through so many years and so many evolutions of this company, because they kept getting acquired and getting acquired, and then Enron happened. And so I worked as part of like an auditing team directly with Ernst and Young, and I took them from one software to another, which is where we brought on Oracle software. So back in the day, it was dial-up internet. It was different types of software. So switching softwares for, 1,000-person company was a big deal. And so I worked alongside these teams and did so many great things and learned the corporate infrastructure and how processes and procedures work. And I'm able to apply that in my business today. So I went from accounting clerk working right under the CFO, and I left after 8 years to pursue a marketing
What a story.
career.
I mean, that's only part one. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's part one.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what's part two?
Part two is I'm, just moving along in life. I'm 25 years old. I think I'm cute. I think I'm the best thing that ever happened to Houston. I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, but I really was just, I've always been so confident. I know it annoys some people because it clashes with people that aren't as confident.
Sounds like that's a them problem.
Yeah, but that's me. That's my trait. Okay. And so anyway, I'm moving along in life. I met a gentleman that said, "Oh my God, you are attractive, young, smart, successful. I want you to come work for me. I'm starting a private club, just a private social club for members only." And he was the CEO of a big oil and gas company. He recruited me at a company event. And because I could talk the jargon, I could talk the language of oil and gas among other businessmen. I mean, I knew every type of oil platform, every oil well, every type of drilling machine. Whoa. And so he was like, wow, that's such a great, all the traits, right? All the traits aligned for him. And he made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. And that meant leaving corporate America, leaving 401k, leaving a stable job, leaving insurance, leaving just a salaried income, and against my family's wishes. At that point, my mom knew what college was. And when I asked her, I was like, I got this offer. This is what it means for my future. She was like, no, you can't leave it. You've got a foundation. Yeah. It's so safe. And so I did it. I was like, bye.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I left and I took a leap of faith and I went into this role as just a membership coordinator. So I just coordinated events and we hosted these fabulous events for members. Memberships were $5,000 to $200,000 to join a club. Oh. And it was a non-tangible thing. So it's not like you were buying a car. You were just getting an entry to this club that we were building.
Whoa.
It was just a social network. It's crazy. Yeah. So when I tell you my Rolodex is like
Whoa.
this. Yeah.
Whoa. No wonder people want to go to happy hour with you.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And so I leaped into that role full throttle and just started, arranging things, doing things. I found myself working harder than I ever had. And social media was on the come up. It was MySpace, right? But then we were transitioning to Facebook. Facebook had just come out and LinkedIn had just come out. So I started posting what I was doing for work. And I'm at this party. I'm at this charity gala. I'm recruiting members. I'm just networking. And I'm in these social settings, right, that I was being put in to network with potential members. And lo and behold, because I was posting that, strangers that I had never met on the internet were messaging me and they were saying, what do you do? I want to be in that club. And so I finally brought a check to my boss and I was like, hey, this guy found me on Facebook and he's coming by and he's going to do a tour and I'm going to show him around. And he gave me a $20,000 check. So I went and brought it to my boss and I said, here you go. And he was like, you're not even in sales. Like, how is this happening? What are you doing? I said, well, I post about it on LinkedIn and Facebook, and I'm just sharing what I'm doing. And he's the one that kind of planted the seed for what I do now. And he's like, I think you've tapped into something early on. And then he went on and said, if you're doing sales and you think that maybe you can have like a runway with the social media thing and sales, maybe I should put you on a commission. I was like, yeah, absolutely. Girl, I was making 6 figures as a 25-year-old. I was paying my rent. I was buying bags. I had exotic cars. I was doing the things for a 25-year-old because I was selling so many memberships leveraging the power of social media. And so it was just so early, but it was so native and it was so organic. And I think like that's why I pivoted into social behavior after that. But I did have another business that I started in between what I did then and what I do now, and it was a failed business.
Okay.
But that's because it didn't associate with any of my strengths. And so I
What
don't.
did it what did it associate?
I always downplay that one and I never talk about it. But my first business was called Sobe Fit Foods. And oh, I'm sorry, I left out a major part. After being in this marketing realm, I loved what I did. I went to my boss and I said, "Hey, I feel like I work so hard for you and I'm willing to work 10 times harder, but I feel like I want to have a vested interest in this company. I want to be a partner because I'm working 7 days a week. I'm wearing myself thin. I didn't have time to date. I didn't have time for happy hour. And so that's why I never did because I've always been working." And he turned me down for that. And I was like, well, with that, if you don't see the value in making me a partner, I'm gonna have to leave. And when I tell you, you've heard the thing of like when one door closes, another door opens. I kid you not, he was like, well, then I have no choice but to accept like a resignation. I was like, I'll get a formal letter out to you. And he's like, what are you going to do? And I said, I don't have a backup plan. Like, I like to fail forward. So
Whoa.
I was just like, oh my God, well, I didn't have a backup plan, but I had some money saved up. So I was like, okay, I'll be good for a couple months. And I'm walking out of his office and my phone rings. And it was a lady that I had been kind of co hosting events with. And she said, hey, I'm calling you to make you an offer you can't refuse. I was like, what are you talking about?
Not the third offer you can't refuse.
Yeah. And she said, I want you to be the market manager for our tequila brand in South Florida. They had just started in Houston. I had like opened a lot of doors for her. And she's like, is South Florida on your radar at all? Like, do you need time to think about it? I was like, oh no, girl, I just quit my job. So I'm totally good. Where are we going? When are we starting? I need to relocate. And so they gave me like a relocation budget and I moved and I was 30 years old and I was like, yeah, I did that. I was in Florida for 4 years and it was good times, but it taught me a lot about. At that point, I didn't have a boss. The company was so small. My boss was in New York City, and we didn't. It was very lonely.
Lonely.
Yeah, because I didn't have. I left my whole life. I uprooted my whole life. But
Well, yeah, and that job that you for the club was so social.
yes, yes,
Like that, you were out being social for
yes.
your job.
And believe it or not, it's funny because we're actually planning like a 10-year reunion for the club. And I've got all those people on Facebook under like a special friends list. So I can literally post just for them. And, a lot of them have become my clients now.
Yeah.
And your relationships and your network will open doors always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
And none of this was handed to you. You've like the opportunities have come because you've been putting yourself in the right places, working your ass off, not stopping, not going to happy hours,
Yeah. I think there's something that I like to say on that topic. When you're good, work finds you. When you have the work ethic and you're successful and I saw how hard I was willing to work for someone, I was like, man, how hard am I willing to work for me? I'm willing to do all and I've struggled with that a lot in over the years because sometimes I'm like sometimes or especially early on in my business, I was like, I think I should go back to work because this shit is not for me.
Yeah, because people do have this perception that like starting your own business, like you're just out there doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Like you're not seeing the hard work behind the scenes.
Yeah. Even running a podcast. Like if you've ever made it look easy, then we're lying to people,
Girl, to be honest, I don't think I ever have because I'm so transparent because that would just be the biggest, fattest lie I've ever told in my life. Like this, these past 5 years running a podcast have not been anything close to easy.
Right.
But
And
if you love something and you're passionate about it, you'll continue.
And I think I like didn't hit my stride in my business until it was 10 years in. And when I crossed over that 10-year line, there's another thing I like to say is every overnight success is 10 years in the making. And when I crossed the line into 10 years, girl, I leaped. I was like, oh my God, it is easier on the other side of 10.
Really?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. It was like I was able to release a full breath because the first 10 years were not it. We're not hard. We're not easy.
Oh my God.
But we probably make it look easy.
I mean, yeah, you do. Like, I think like your content and your company, it does just look overall like so seamless and great. But of course, you know that there's definitely something happening behind the scenes.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you mentioned that you are kind of is it a control freak or like what kind of boss lady are you?
I think
Because I know you've grown, right? You haven't always had employees.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because this is almost like looking in a mirror talking to you, because if you look at the trajectory of my life since I was 12 and, helping out my mom and getting a job at 15, I've been controlling my journey since then. And so now I'm 42, and I think there is some, I don't want to say trauma, but just like behavior, right? Pattern of control that has taken place in my life since I was 15, because I never had anyone to take care of me, and I've been taking care of myself, and I take care of other people, and I take care of employees. And so I think kind of uh, leading up to this moment of where I'm having kind of an epiphany and an awakening lately, that I'm like, you know what? I can only fail forward from here on out. My business is so strong. We have a solid foundation. We're not going to break if we lose, a certain employee or a certain client. Like, but I've tried to control it for so long,
Right.
because I needed it to be successful. And now I'm kind of just like taking that second deep breath after like year 10, and now in year 11, like I'm I'm releasing it, and I'm like, we're only going to fail forward from here on out, and it shouldn't involve me being in full control. And I've handed over the control to my team, and now I can, like, if I want to have a happy hour, I can, because I'm starting to let go of that control.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That's big.
Major, right? I feel like I'm having a breakthrough.
Yeah.
Girl, is this a therapy
session? Yes, kind of. Yeah, that's
Good.
amazing. You have done so well for yourself, and to be able to be so confident in what you've built, to say, I'm going to put it out there and let's see what happens. There's like, what else is more freeing than that?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it has to do too with trust and control, because trusting who's on your team, trusting that you've made the right hires, trusting that you have the right processes in place, and I did. I feel good about all those things. So now, and having the right person in my corner, like Anna is the one that has said, I want to take this off of your hands, because we're also counterproductive when I've given you the authority, but I'm in breathing down your neck,
but
like
I'm saying,
a dragon.
you could do it, make the decision, but come back and check with me.
Right. And so that's part of like giving up that control.
Oh. What about you in like your personal relationships? Do you feel like you have those same tendencies?
Absolutely. In my personal relationships, not so much. I actually have I have a great personal relationships. All of my 3 friends.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've had the same friends, like my best friend Cynthia, who's a doctor. She's been my best friend for like 15 years. Okay. My best friend Angela, we've been best friends since we were 15, because our moms were best friends. So I've had like those lifelong relationships without any hurdles. So I definitely don't practice that. But I think in my romantic relationship, yes, control plays a big role, and control plays a big role. But I also think when I got into my relationship, I got in a relationship with someone that I trusted with every decision for our life, for our future. And so I think when I do try to have too much control in the relationship, I'm hurting it more than because I've trusted my partner to lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
I'm
let him
also a
lead.
leader, and so we clash when I'm like, no, I want to do this, and I don't want to do it like that, you know. But that's also my personality, and sometimes I'm like, girl, just go sit down.
Yeah. How long have you guys been together?
We're gonna be together for 4 years in December.
When do you feel like you were able to feel really good about letting him lead? I feel from the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning.
Really?
So it's funny. I think I told you this, and this is why we were talking last December when I saw you at that event.
Yeah.
For with Nushin.
Yeah, at her
And
opinion.
yeah, her
podcast.
opinion. Yeah, I think it was like their anniversary or, and I saw you and I told you, I said, yeah, you know, I was single for 8 years. So the first 8 years of running my business, of course I dated. Of course I went out. Of course I dabbled, you know, dipped my toes in the pool of dating apps and stuff like that. But I put myself out there on social media and I was like,
Oh, that's right.
yeah. And I was like, listen, I'm single, I'm Christian, I'm faith based. I've even, you know, I was just pitching myself the same way that I landed, you know, clients and the same way that I've evolved on social media.
The same way that it's worked for you, because why change something that's working? Why fix something that's not broken?
Right. And I honestly was doing it so organically. I wasn't out there like pimping myself out. Like I was just out there letting the world know that I didn't want to get ready for a date from a dating app because I didn't know what that would be like putting all the effort, right? You've talked about this on your podcast. Like you got to get yourself together. Like, no, I'm down to do like a 30-minute Zoom just to make sure we can even talk before I
30-minute Zoom
go
is
face to
crazy.
face with you.
Here's my Calendly. Pick a time.
That's it. That's really it. Like because I'm busy.
Yes.
And especially too when you're dating a female entrepreneur, especially someone that, you know, was like in their startup phase of their business, like my business was my number one priority. And I was usually the one that was doing more than the average male. So making sure that I dated someone that was either an entrepreneur, that was either accomplished, that had already reached a level of success greater than mine. Those were my three things that were non-negotiable for me. Because I could not date somebody that had dreams and aspirations and wasn't doing anything with their life already on it.
Preach.
I've been already doing my business since my first business was, when I was 30 years old. So I was like, I don't have time for anyone to just
lollygag around.
Right. So those were the expectations that were set from the beginning. And so when people ask me out, you know, yes, I would entertain some people that weren't at that level, but I wasn't entertaining them for a future husband role. I was like, okay, I mean, sure, you're cute, you're good to look at. Like, I'm sure we could go out and have a drink and have some fun.
Yeah.
But I was not entertaining any potential husband prospects that didn't have those criteria. Like you had to just be as hard of a worker as I was. You had to be accomplished as me or higher. And, you know, and you had to either be an entrepreneur or know like what that grit looks like. Because if you are more accomplished than me, but you're more accomplished than me because your parents gave you everything, then we're not going to speak the same language.
Right.
Yeah. So luckily.
Wow. So did he slide in to your DM?
Yeah, so he kept putting fire.
That's right.
And hearts and everything. But everybody's putting fire, baby, even today. So I'm like, okay, heart. I just like
you just took the words out of my mouth. These men in my DMs, if you think you sending me a fire emoji or liking my photo is gonna get me to respond to you, it's not.
No, but thank you for the engagement.
I'll always thank you.
And you're letting me know, you know, what you like and what you don't like. And so I always just like heart it when somebody gives that to me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I get them. I don't get them as much anymore because I don't put myself out there.
Karen, you're hilarious.
Thank you.
Still to this day, she said.
Yes. But so he was coming with that, but I just ignored that because I didn't pay attention to that. Same way I treat anyone with fire emojis. So crazy, 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 crazy story. But it was right after the pandemic, 2021. I was like, okay, I feel like I'm at a point in my journey where I did just still have a stable business. I did have a good team that was just thugging it out every day. And I was like, let me take some time to really see what I can find out there. And I was at a weird place in my life. I was buying a house and I was like, okay, my house was under construction. I had all my stuff in a pod and I felt free. So I'm a free spirit. I like to go and explore new things. Wasn't afraid to move to Miami in my 20s, so I'm not afraid of anything, okay? You can put me in a paper bag, drop me anywhere in the world. I'm going to be good.
Okay.
I'm very
resourceful, confident.
Yeah, that's my vibe.
Yeah.
And so I went down the street to Austin. It's not like I went to Spain, but I went to Austin, right? Because I was like,
I went all the way to Austin.
Yeah, I hyped it up so much. I didn't go anywhere but Austin. But I love Austin, and I felt like I was like, you know what, Houston dating scene, like I just know what's out there, and I felt like maybe Austin has something a little bit better for me, and I just went there, got a temporary apartment while I was, waiting for my house to be built. And I was like, I'm going to be intentional. And I dreaded every minute of it, of getting on a dating app, sending copy and paste responses to dudes. Hey, how's it going today? Copy and paste, having 8 of the same conversations.
Hey, how's it going today?
All of that. Yeah. Like, how are you doing? But I don't know. It just sounds like, I was like, I hate
How
this.
are you? Good. How are you? What's your favorite color?
Good.
What do you
Hey,
do?
What are you doing today? I'm like, copy, paste.
Yeah.
It was just having like the same conversations with 8 dudes at the same time. Anyway, I was like, I got to play the game. But all this time I'd been putting out to the social media universe, like, hey, I'm single. Is anybody out there? Anybody watching? Please. And so anyway, I just went along with the flow, got myself together, dated, and I went on the first date. This guy that was like an architect, and I was like, I mean, it has potential, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, he's like, yes, I'm starting my own firm. So what do you think about starting a new business? Like, how can you help me? What do I need to do? Do I get a website? How do I start on social media? And now the whole date became a fucking business meeting. I was like, I'm never calling this guy. I was like, check. I gotta get out of here. Cause I thought you had like, a stable job. And anyway, so I was just so turned off about the whole dating, my first date being intentional, and I was like, oh God, that just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I gotta just really narrow in on my criteria. And lo and behold, I think it was a Monday, my boyfriend now reached out to me and sent me a proper message and told me that he had a crush on me for years, which I didn't know. And
well, besides the fire emojis,
yeah. But again, there were so many. Like, I wasn't keeping track of who was sending fire emojis.
Yeah.
Like, and he just let me know, I've had a crush on you for years, and I want to properly ask you out, and I'd like to take you out to dinner this Friday. And I was like, oh my God, that is so crazy that this guy was literally under my nose for 10 years. I had known him.
10 years?
He was part of the club. It was never even in my sphere of thought that this person had a crush on me. I never knew.
Wow.
And he asked me out, and he came correct with the date and the time and the place. And so I was like, oh, okay, this might be something. But of course I didn't get excited, but I was looking forward to it, because it was almost like, all right, at the very least, I already know him. I'm going to maybe catch up with an old acquaintance, and it's going to be that.
Yeah.
But there was that problem, right? That I was in Austin and he was in Houston, and I'd already kind of like relocated. And so I said, hey, listen, sounds like a great idea, and I would love to catch up, but I hate to break it to you. I'm actually in Austin right now. Kind of gave him the rundown of what I was doing and why. And he said, perfect, I'll be there this Friday. I was like, oh, okay.
Is it so hard?
Yeah.
If they want to, they will.
If they want to, they will. And honestly, we went on that first date, and in every prior first date, when you're like looking at the person and you're just thinking, oh my God, when's this going to be over? Or man, we really don't have a lot in common. No, everything from that first date just kept lining up and syncing up, and I never wanted it to end, and we both never wanted it to end, and it's never ended since 4 years later.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm getting inspired.
Good, you should. You should, because when you set your standards so high and
It's
you
always been the
really be intentional, like you're gonna get, like the universe is going to boom. When I tell you, and it's funny because we both laugh and we said if we were both in Houston, because he is busy, I'm busy, he travels a lot, it would have never synced up. Even if we had gone to that on that
Wow.
first date to a steakhouse or sushi place, like it wouldn't have lined up because we would have said the next day we go out and do whatever we're going to do on our own
Yeah.
terms, because we locked ourselves into that Austin ecosystem. He kept visiting me time after time. I ended up staying there for like 3 months, and then I flew from Austin to New York. We like did travel, but we met in different cities, and
Wow.
yeah.
You know when you were saying like when you're on a date and you just those thoughts of like, ugh, can't wait for this to be
Yes.
over. I don't often have those thoughts, but here's the thought that I do have that I'm really looking forward to like never having again is
Yeah.
I'm sitting across the date from a really fine, good human,
Mm-hmm.
and all I think is like, I just don't feel anything towards you. Like I just, are we friends? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like that is the feeling that I feel.
the
And I know I'm not looking for the butterflies have been a thing for me before.
Yeah.
I'm like always wanted the butterflies, right?
yeah.
But I just recently went on a great date. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the butterflies and I was so attracted into him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like a flirty, like it was just a good conversation. I felt so good about it. But the week prior I had been on this date where I was just like kind of trying to figure out the whole time. I was like, why don't I feel anything towards you? Like I kind of feel, I don't even know if I was listening to what he was saying because
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah. Well, I think that even for me, there wasn't an initial. I didn't want the date to end because the
Okay.
conversation was so good, and there wasn't really any butterflies, and there wasn't sparks and sparks of chemistry. That wasn't what made me desire him. It was the fact that we were conversing at the same level, that we had similar life experiences, that he was more accomplished than me, and so I knew he checked off all those boxes, and I knew that I was talking to the right person.
wow.
And so that alone gave me good feelings. It wasn't that sparks were flying, but even leading up to the date, and I do think this is important, we spent hours on the phone catching up, like that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And so I think when people date, it's that very, very hard intro of meeting in person.
Yeah, because it's just
But
like, oh, we're here.
back in the day, though, remember when it was landlines and no dating apps? Like,
Right.
we were talking on the phone until the weekend. And, I know in high school and in all my life, like, I've always you're talking to a dude. So you've got to have that. That talking is so important than that hard intro of we're
I
meeting
totally
in person.
agree. The great date that I have, he doesn't live here, but the night before he came into town, we were going on a date.
Yeah.
He FaceTimed me out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I was into him from the FaceTime.
Right.
And then
Right.
when we met, for a date, I was like, oh my gosh, this
Yes.
is so the same as it was on FaceTime.
Yes, yes. And that's that good feeling. So
Yeah.
you don't need the physical chemistry. You don't need the sparks to fly, but the foundation needs to be established on like our brains love each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna get back out. I mean, I'm kind of back out there. Like, I'm kind of starting, but like, okay, it
Yes.
can happen.
It can totally
And a man
happen.
can lead and just like do it.
Yes, yes, because as a business owner, I have decision fatigue. I don't even want to think about where to eat. So him, and it was so funny because I will tell you, this is what really
Sealed
made
the
it.
deal. Okay.
This is what blew our minds. Okay.
Okay.
So he's coming to Austin to meet me, and he says, "Oh, hey, yeah, I'm thinking of a few places to go eat. I know he knows I love like fine dining, and I'm thinking of a comedy show. He's like, I know you're really into hiking. If you like, maybe want to suggest a couple of hikes or maybe outdoor things so we can. Oh, because at this time he was coming in Friday, but I knew he was gonna stay into Saturday and that we could do a hike the next day. Because obviously you're not gonna come for a date and like,
Yeah.
drive to back to Houston that night after the date. So, but I never got that weird feeling of like, where are you staying or whatever. Like he made his own accommodations. That was never even like,
Please.
yeah, that was never even like
Please.
part of the combo there. But what really kind of made it gave me a, oh God, this could be something, is because I'm such a planner. Like I told you, I'm so rigid. And he had said, these are the places that I'm suggesting for dinner. If you want, you can rate them from like 1 through 5, like your favorites, right? And he sent me a spreadsheet. And do you know that I was keeping a spreadsheet of the hikes? And so when I replied with that, that just validated the fact that we are just so
In sync.
in sync. Yeah. So
Oh
and we always have those synchronicities even today.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
When is he gonna propose? The only reason I'm asking you this question is because you made the funniest video
Hell yeah.
on Instagram, like
Girl,
Taylor Swift's
I wish I hadn't made that video because when we got together, I told him on our first date, I was like, you know what? I'm just so I want to date and I want to find a life partner and I want to do life together and I don't want kids. So therefore, I don't think like, marriage wasn't a priority. But I was like, I just want to find my life partner, my ride or die. Like, let's just do life together, right? I promise I won't get tired of the same person. And and so I kind of set that expectation and he was like, "Yes." Like she doesn't want to get married because he never wanted to be married and he never wanted to have kids. And so we checked those boxes of each other. But as people evolve and now I'm 42, I do feel like when a couple that's together that loves each other makes that covenant under God or makes that covenant, that promise, the vow, that has become important to me.
Okay.
And so I still don't want to have kids. And I don't want to be married because I want any of your shit.
Yeah.
Like I have my
got
own shit. Yeah. But I just want to be chosen. And so when that's been obviously like a hot topic in my household for the last year. And I made also, I don't want to say I made the mistake, but we have been living together since like 6 months into the relationship. And so you're already cohabitating. It's, but also, I mean, I'm 42. I was like, I found my person. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to move in.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, it definitely doesn't create an urgency or a need.
Right.
And so Taylor Swift got engaged and telling my boyfriend, I do want to get married. I do want to be chosen. He's like, oh my God, that's so messy. Like from a legal standpoint, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, it's what I want. And so we're definitely at a crossroads there. And I made that video. It has like 140,000 views.
It went viral.
Everyone in the comments is like, leave him. Leave him.
Oh my God.
There's some shitty comments like, looking at this angle, I can see why, and I'm like, okay,
Shut
whatever.
Up. Yeah.
So anyway, it's brought it to the forefront of our combos and
because you made the video in jest. It was a funny video.
It was just supposed to be a funny video.
But there is some truth to it.
But now that I've been digesting it and looking at I don't have any other options, but just looking at,
We are pro sex toys and adultish wines, whether it's for solo play, partner play, gift for a friend. I mean, I can personally vouch for Adam and Eve. I bought a sex toy or 20. Adam and Eve is giving adultish listeners a spankin' deal. See what I did there? You get 50% off of one item, 3 special bonus gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. And free discreet shipping, by the way. Go to adamandeve.com to get 50% off the one item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. That's ADULTISH at adamandeve.com.
Just the big picture. It's like, well, why aren't we engaged? And so I have been bumping that to the top of his inbox. and we will see what happens.
That is so funny. That is so funny. I have something that makes sense for what you just said.
What?
Later in the game we're
Oh.
gonna play. But that's so funny. Like you're talking email work talk out loud, you know?
Yeah.
Like bumping it to his inbox. Okay,
Yeah.
shoot. So
Oh,
you're at a
we'll email
crossroads.
each other. Yeah.
You
we do.
email each other.
Yeah.
I'm dead. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm feeling inspired. I hope that you get everything you want and, you know, deserve from that relationship, and I think that you will.
I hope so too. I think you know, like I said, I like to fail forward.
Yeah.
So if I am ready for the universe to give me what it has planned for my future,
Yeah.
we're definitely not falling out of love,
Right.
you know, from one another, but it's a hot topic, and when someone said, you know, they also didn't want to be married like from the jump, it isn't a
It's
big
tough.
adjustment.
Yeah.
Mhm,
'Cause
mhm.
That's what you said. But
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, people evolve, people change. So
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
get that. Okay, we're gonna play a game. I've customized it for you. It's
Okay.
that Karen or not that Karen.
Ooh.
Because I know in your bio it says like,
Yes.
not that Karen.
Yes.
Okay, so you know how I typically play like wine or fine kind of vibes?
Yes.
So that Karen is
Mhm,
like
mhm.
bad Karen, you know?
Oh,
And not that Karen is like,
It's
no,
a good
that's
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a good thing.
got it.
What you just said, I have one that said speaking in email speak out loud. Like how you just said you were like bump that to your
Ooh.
inbox. So is
Ooh.
that a Karen or not that Karen?
Not that Karen.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you rock with it. You do it.
Mhm.
Asking for a phone charger at a restaurant.
Not that Karen, but only because I do it.
Okay. I always feel bad about doing it, but like I do need that charger.
Yeah,
Thank you. Come
yeah.
on. Like it's just an outlet. It's not charging you any money. Give me the outlet. Give me the plug.
Absolutely.
Sending food back at a restaurant. Karen or not that Karen?
I can't do that
You don't do
because
it.
my name is Karen. And so I try not to complain at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my boyfriend is so that Karen.
Really?
Oh my God, he will email corporate. I promise you that guy will like write an email. We went yesterday to iPick and he asked for sparkling water and they brought us still water. And so he said, he was like, oh no, you guys brought me the wrong water. And it was just a mess. And so
Yeah.
I looked at him, I was like, oh God, corporate's getting an email.
Ah!
It was a mess.
Okay.
But as a Karen,
You can't.
no, I can't.
Have you ever considered changing your name?
No,
Like, since the whole Karen
I
thing
just
came out?
I just leaned into it. But if you Google Karen Day on social media, I went viral for actually having a Karen Day at one of our clients in 2020, and it got picked up by like the Daily Mail. It's because I got so tired of people making fun of the name Karen that I created a campaign called Karen Day. Just Google it. Just
Okay,
Google it.
I'm going to. Okay, last one. Calling out businesses publicly on social media. Karen or not so Karen?
I think that's a total Karen move. I don't think that you want to do that because it obviously hurts the business, right? But what does it also say about you? Like, what if it's not a business and what if it's a friend? You're going to go
Mhm.
rant to social media about drama you had with a friend? Like, I just think it's no.
Okay, keep it. Like, you can talk about it, but like, make sure that you.
Always
Keep
address it
it-
with the business directly, or
Mm.
we look at the inboxes and we do reputation management for some of our restaurant accounts, and so if it's the right restaurant, they are gonna take that information and figure out how to
Yeah.
make it right,
Right.
moving forward.
Right, and that's who you want to be a patron of too. is
Correct.
somebody like that.
Correct, yeah. But there's some business owners that are also leaning into that and reading the reviews out loud and like making a mockery of it. And then I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's maybe a Karen too on the business owner's
Yeah,
part.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Like, be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, time has flown by. It's time for your wine of the week.
Oh my God.
I know your therapy session is over.
No, I like it here.
Hey.
I can't believe this was free.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Usually paying
Free for-
$300.
Free for someone.
Right? I hope it inspired anyone who's listening and who's,
Oh my God. I
maybe.
just could keep talking forever. I'm loving what you're saying. You're so funny. And I would like to get happy hour or go on a walk with you, but not for your business,
mentorship. Yeah,
Yeah,
not for that.
just
Just
for
for
fun.
funsies. Yeah, I love that. Love that. And we totally can. My wine of the week, it does have to do with social media, and it's those damn hyphens in the captions. It's such a Chat GPT giveaway. Chat GPT introduced hyphens in every response that it gives. And I'm even seeing like newscasters or people that um are huge mega influencers, like the Gary V's of the world. I'm not saying he's doing it or not, but literally the captions are like just a dead copy and paste of ChatGPT crap. And
That's
I'm
how
just
I
gonna
feel
call
about
it crap
emojis in there,
GPT.
though. That's how I feel about, like, I know those emojis came from ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, whenever they
When
have
there's like a million.
oh and they
They're like the bullet
bullets,
point.
yes,
Ugh.
that too. And it's like it just for me it just feels so lazy.
Yeah.
And I mean my employees are cut off from having any hyphens in any captions. They cannot use the word unwavering. Um, there's a whole
There's like a no list,
there's
a
a
burn
whole no
list.
list of what you're not allowed to do on social media with captions because if somebody pays us to tell their story, I just think, we're gonna be original with our work. Can ChatGPT enhance some captions that I write originally? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do I use it? Yes, absolutely. We all do.
Yeah.
But don't just copy and paste and
Oh
like
my
just
God,
that.
that's
When I see
hilarious.
that hyphen, I'm like,
You know what? I use hyphens in my text messages. I like hyphens. The long one too, which I think is
that's the
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
But I know what you're talking about, and so
Yeah.
now I will probably stop using hyphens.
Oh, okay.
I'm using them
We've converted
naturally.
one person.
I'm using them naturally, I promise.
Yeah.
Like in my text message, I'll be like, on my way, hyphen,
That's
something,
so
something.
funny. No, that's not how I talk. I use commas.
That's not, yeah, maybe I should just speak friggin' right.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm like, it created its own
Oh my
own
God.
language.
That's
Like whoever
hilarious.
programmed ChatGPT just needs to
You know what people should do is you should say, hey, ChatGPT, no longer include hyphens
Oh, yes,
in
of course.
in our conversations, and
Right,
then be
right.
easy.
You're giving people the cheat code. But
Oh, yeah.
but it's still going to be
It's your wine of the week.
it's my wine of the week, and it's always gonna feel unoriginal
Yeah.
whenever it's pure chat.
That's a good one.
Just try a little bit.
Just try and
Yeah.
be original. Oh my
Be
gosh, this
original.
was such a lovely convo.
Thank you.
You're gonna have to come back again.
Oh my God, I would love
please.
to.
Okay.
Yes.
Should we do one last cheers?
One last cheers.
Cheers, and then where can everyone find you? Obviously, social
Mm,
behavior, but
yes.
list all the places and
Girl.
go follow her. She's so funny.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your personal Instagram, like
I'm a clown. I'm a clown. I think we need to have joy and fun in everything we do, no matter what. Just I never have lost the spirit of laughter and being funny. I think like that's what's gotten me through really dark times. So cheers
I
and
love
thank you
it.
for having me. Look forward to coming back. Karen Diama on all platforms, and that's KarenDeamat.
Hey, love it. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming. Love
Thank
you,
you.
Winers. See you next Thursday. Bye.
Bye.